All right, now we're good.
Welcome to a podcast. I'm sure you know that by now, if you're listening to this. Hopefully. You're listening to some audio. It's a nice regal pair of headphones or little tasseled...
Like the movie theater headphones?
You know, there was a definition that held a higher stance than that before that chain ever blossomed in the U.S. It was it was a term for royalty.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were waiting for me to play off of that or if you were just speaking slowly.
Hey, I mean, you don't have to talk in this podcast.
That's true.
But you are part of it, so you have an obligation, I think. Welcome to the podcast.
I do have to. What you're saying is I don't have to, but I do have to.
I'm going to welcome you to the podcast as well.
Thank you. You've been saying it to them.
Maybe that's what this has been about.
Yeah, honestly.
Have you been mad at me this whole time?
Let me get this off my chest a little bit. You've been saying it to them for like 20 episodes now. You haven't welcomed me to the podcast one time.
I'm sorry, that is my bad.
Unless it's implied for me, but I never got that sense. You were speaking pretty directly into the microphone.
I thought you were already here. I don't know.
I'm here, but it doesn't mean I'm welcome. it's only my house.
well, now do you feel welcome?
Yeah, I do. It means a lot. Thanks for...
That's an important thing.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, pull up a chair,
Thanks for having me.
Warm your hands by the fire. We always have a nice roaring fire. You heard the crackling of the fire right there. Oh, maybe not, but can we get a mic on that? Let's get that. Let's get somebody in here with something we can focus in a little macro on that. But yeah, thanks for coming by. We'll see you guys later.
Yep, see you guys. That was a good podcast.
No, how have you been so far?
So far in life, pretty
good. This year, this month.
Let's talk about this last decade, Ben. No, pretty good. Oh man, just finally getting over that head cold, so that's nice. Yeah. That's been a rough one, but
yeah, breathing's nice.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's. I mean, everyone knows exactly what I'm talking about, but when you
breathe,
can't,
right?
Yeah, but when you go from you're not sick. You can breathe normally, and you're totally underappreciative of that fact, and then you can't breathe for literally 5 or 6 days.
Yeah, you're like, why is my body killing me from the
inside?
Why are we strangling ourselves?
Why is my body's response to catching a bug to, hey, stop functioning in the one area that you have to function in at all times?
It's like, I'm going to attack with all of my might
this
foreign thing, but also I'm gonna take my host and wring every other organ out and do factory resets on everything. It's like, what? Where was that written? No, yeah, it's probably one of the worst things, and that's
it's not fun. That's for sure. I didn't love that. But what about you? What you done? What have you been up to this weekend or this week rather?
Yeah, good.
Dude, there's this one of my buddy's kids. He does that every time. I'm like, hey, so and so, what's up? He's like, good. Every time. He's like 9. It's so fun. I'm like, I don't know.
No, that's not the right. Okay.
It's just funny. I'm like, I feel like by 9, you start to figure out. It's just
still
funny.
Awkward. Still.
Yeah. No, I just roll with it. I'm like, all right, that's good. And since I noticed he's done it, I've never I've intentionally asked him what's up every single time to see him, just to see if I ever get a new response.
What's up?
Good every time. It's pretty funny. But yeah,
been all right. Nothing too much happening besides I got to participate in the last art crawl recently. I've participated as a vendor for a couple of months this summer, but then this time I got to go and actually experience. That's what I meant. Experience it and actually walk around and see everybody and get the passport stamped and everybody and all that stuff. And
nice.
It was pretty cool. There was a few other people I hadn't seen that were had some galleries up and some different exhibitions and things. Got to talk to a couple of people, but that was pretty nice. And then Yeah, we tried to organize like a group event, which is really hard to do these days.
It is extremely difficult, yes.
And yeah, I haven't done one of those in a while. I used to organize stuff for
I remember, yeah.
for groups, and I got tired of it because it's a lot.
It's so hard to do.
But like nobody else is doing it, so I was like, all right, I'll step up, because it's like I want this to happen, and and everybody kind of wants it to happen, but nobody's able to like get it just make the step or have the time to actually organize it themselves. So I was like, okay. And then I was like, now I see why nobody wants to do this. But
yeah, because it like falls through so often, and then I don't know, you might have said like, oh, does a Sunday work for you, to one of your buddies, and they're like, yeah, that should work, and then you plan a thing around that, and then like 2 days before they're like, oh man, Sunday doesn't work, and that's frustrating. I don't personally know anyone who would do that. That's just that's a terrible thing to do. If you did that, objectively you're a bad person, and you deserve for your nostrils to get stuffed up and to be sick for roughly a week after that.
I don't think
that's pretty pointed.
I don't think that was the exact curse that I had laid on you. But
you did this to me.
Just wait.
Oh no, your curse hasn't come yet.
It's still in the way. That was unrelated. Somebody else really hates you. No.
Yeah.
No.
Somebody in Australia. Lots of them actually.
We're waiting. There's all queue.
Yeah, I'm not popular in Australia. I don't know what that's about.
It's where the barbecue is.
Yes.
Oh
man,
is that what they call a lineup of American-made toys?
Yep.
Girls' toys and yeah. So yeah, not terrible. Doing a couple of things, and then. Yeah, my fall's wide open though.
Fall's wide open.
I think we're gonna try to plan another group event and see if we can do it one more time, and then we're again talking. My brother is talking about some like Nashville like symphonies and plays and stuff again. It's like we always do that little dance. We're like, ooh, this would be cool. Oh, that'd be maybe we should plan that next year. And then inevitably you look at the dates and you're like, okay, that's gonna be tough. And
oh my gosh, dude,
it's always like on a weird day at a weird time. And then you look and you're like, okay, now I can make that one work. Yeah. And it's like $700. And you're like,
yeah, what are we doing here? I know, it's crazy.
I'm not rich enough for this entertainment.
It's crazy too, because you're like, oh yeah, we'll do that, in a couple months or whatever, and then you look at the calendar, like, it is September of 2025. Like,
yeah, you can only
it was
next summer.
Yeah, we were just planning we were just in May of 2022 planning for the Heroes Con.
Yeah, true.
That was 5 or 6 months ago max.
Tickets are probably about to go on sale in like a couple of months.
Oh my gosh, dude, I can't believe that we're about to like go back into prepping mode.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. But yeah, no, fall, it's nice that your fall is wide open.
Yeah.
No, I actually have.
Yeah, you're slammed.
I'm pretty booked up, dude. Right now I have let me check actually. Not that this matters at all, but I have like Tuesday. Oh no, every night. Yeah, I have no free weeknights right now.
Wow.
Every weeknight I go in from like 3 to 7 or so, which is like weird timing, but it's just how it is right now. And then, as you know, my weekends are pretty much random right now. So yeah, it's so hard to plan anything as an adult, but that's why I don't know how I feel about this, but I was talking to Lane about this. I was like, man, kind of want to get back into like throwing big birthday parties, because everybody knows those days, or not everybody, but like your close friends, like at least roughly when your friends' birthdays are, if you don't know the date, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay, well, in January we can do this, or February we can do that, or June we can do that, and that way we get, because it's like you said, you can kind of arbitrarily pick a date out and be like, we should do this, and try to plan something. If it's not like a concert or something with an already set date, then all that stuff it usually kind of gets bumped out. And so I was like, birthdays, your birthday is your birthday. So if and you can plan like the weekend before, or the weekend after, or whatever. But if you don't want to do we wouldn't want to have a birthday party for your birthday like 3 months late. That's not a thing. I feel like people are, for whatever reason, it's not like a comfortable thing to get pushed out or something. I don't know. It just seems like people, at least back in the day, you stuck to birthday parties. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know. There's something to like, hey, throwing a birthday party. I don't know, that people respond to on a different level.
Like a spread.
Oh, like mass birthday parties.
Everybody that's in this, this few weeks.
You could do that too.
You're all in this sort of.
I feel like you just kind of get, I don't know, something about it's not like they're more important necessarily, but they're almost treated more important than other events. Like if you were just to plan, like you said, a get together, then you have, like we were talking about, people drop off.
More of an obligation to.
Yeah, but if you're like, hey, you're invited to my birthday party, then people are like, oh, okay. If I tell somebody I'm going to their birthday party, I'll go to the birthday. I don't know.
Kind of a weird thing. There's also I feel like there's an underlying thing with like adult birthday parties now where you're just like, oh, they're having a birthday party, grow up. You're too old now.
That's kind of why I want to do it, to just be against the current a little bit. I don't know any other 30-year-old people that are throwing birthday parties. You throw them for I don't know, I guess people still throw 30 and 40-year-old birthday parties, or especially 50. I know.
Well, I think once you pass a certain age, it falls on the birthday person to host a party at that point.
Right.
That's generally what I've seen.
Well, and that's the thing, is it's I enjoy hosting.
They can make it as big or little as they want.
But I was more meaning less planning my birthday, because that's obviously only once a year, but other people's planning your birthday, or planning, one of our mutual friends' birthdays, and being like, hey, we'll host, we'll put this on, and it just, basically, it's just an excuse to hang out, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And also to kind of turn the tide on the birthday thing a little bit, because it's a little silly, sure, you're an adult celebrating, but also it's not, it still is your birthday.
It's okay to celebrate your friends.
Yeah, it's okay to celebrate your buddies, it's not like, I don't know. I think it's fun whenever we go out and do stuff like laser tag or whatever, where it's this is not something that usually adults do, but then it's I don't know if you're still having fun doing it. One of our, I'm not going to say their names, but our family friends, they have a bunch of siblings, right? There's 8 of them in that family or more. And one of the younger siblings, who's still a teenager, wanted to do airsoft for his birthday. And so obviously all of us and the brothers,
sure,
that's the thing he wanted to do. And so I was like, yeah, but that was still fun. All of us still had a good time doing that. This was a while back, but you know what I mean? It was we were going for a 13 or 14-year-old's birthday, but there was 8 or 9 of us adult grown men out there. I was like, this is still fun. There's no reason you can't do things you find fun just because it's oh, you having a birthday party as a 30-year-old or a 29-year-old. Or it's it's basically just a better excuse to hang out. So I don't know. I haven't conceived a plan yet.
Better ideas and more experience.
Yeah, and the money.
Yeah, you can afford it.
I'm paying for it myself.
Yeah, true.
I'm not just being that was always the thing. We always wanted to play laser tag when we were real little, and it was now looking at the prices of it, I'm we should have done this every weekend. Why did you guys, I know why my parents said no, because of the drive. It was a 2-hour drive one way for us. But it was it's $40 to go to bring a group, a party of 12.
Right.
That's $2 a piece or something. You know what I mean? It's it's so cheap.
Yeah.
But I guess when you have 6 or 7 kids, it starts adding, and then you got to buy food and gas and all that. But no.
More with...
As an adult, I'm looking at prices for stuff, and obviously concerts and stuff. Like you were saying, there's stuff that's crazy expensive. But then I'm realizing now why we went bowling so much.
Yeah,
bowling's the cheapest event there is of all time. But now we've kind of moved into the Top Golf driving range age, where it's that's our fun.
Top Golf is bowling kind of.
Yeah.
It's like it's split
Yeah.
between, so it's actually pretty cheap
It is.
generally.
Yeah, because you
Unless
just
you're
have to
buying
rent
something
like
else.
the bay or whatever. As
Yeah,
long
you
as you're
just-
not going at like Friday at like 6 p.m. or whatever.
Yeah, it's the other extra curricular stuff that that
when people get
is where
drinks or
that's where
nachos,
the money comes in, whatever.
right?
But it's like the bay, that's like bowling basically.
Yeah.
Same thing. But yeah, like I mean, and we don't even do like the bonfires as much anymore, or like some of that
Yeah.
stuff. Like that used to be more of a country thing. I remember, but just even some of the regular, like a creek day, or a lake, going to the lake. We used to do that. Somebody with a pool like hosts a pool party. It's like that stuff just barely happens anymore too.
Yeah, I think part of that is just distance. Because like some of us still live relatively close, but just like, well, I mean, half of us used to live together, so there was that. Out of the 10 or 12 of us, like 6 of us lived in one house. It seemed like, at least, or we were within a mile of each other. So everybody else coming around, it was like, well, 6 of their friends are in one place, so it makes sense for the other 5 or 6 to come to one place. Whereas now, like almost all of us have an individual place. Like aside from 2 or 3 of us being pretty close, it's like, I don't know. It's just different. But yeah, the bonfire thing, we should just do that like this weekend. We've had that bonfire out in our field set up for forever, and we just haven't lit it. Like it's so overgrown, and so I'm like, it would burn for a while right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, we should just. I am like, I need to talk to her about that and just see. Hey, we're just gonna pick a date and tell people, hey, we're lighting this thing on fire. Like, if you want to be here for this, show up.
See it, lighten it. Yep.
We'll say it's someone's birthday party.
If you burn it, they will come.
Yeah. But no, I do. We do need to get back into the swing of like group setting stuff. It's also, different people doing different things. Like, I don't know. It was simple when we were all a couple miles away from each other and was like, hey, we want to have a bonfire because we literally have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, I got this to do. He's got that to do. I don't know.
I mean,
Adulting,
and it's
bro.
all true. It's like we all do, but like in the end, also the other side is true as well. Where it's like you have to make that other stuff happen. You have to be like, okay, I'm going to take this evening where I was gonna just watch Netflix and do that. But I don't want to I don't want to volunteer anybody's house either, because I know it's a burden. It's tough. It would have people. It's stressful sometimes for certain people to like host, and then they have to clean up or whatever. Even if people just brought their own stuff, or it's like there's still clean up. There's whatever stuff to deal with.
Oh yeah.
Logistics. So it's like, I mean, it's still hard.
But there are those of us that like that. Like that
some
people it's difficult for, but some people it like gives them new life.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable. So I think that's part of it too. But also, I think the other thing is it's kind of like a life learning curve. Like, I think that's just something that everybody kind of goes through at one point where you have, like you said, you have to like, oh yeah, what are my priorities? It's important that I spend time with people that I care about, because it's super easy to get caught up in the like, oh, gotta do this, gotta do that. And then you just want to sit around, like you said, and do nothing.
Vanish.
So it's good to like encourage
woodwork.
people. Right. Yeah. And it does happen. Like, we were talking about that the other day at work. We're like, all 3 of us were sitting around. We're like, how long has it been since you talked to so-and-so? I was like, oh, I haven't. And we were all like, man, we should reach out. This is like, yeah, we should. But it's almost, that's an even better reason to plan something. And then you reach out to those people and you're like, hey, been a minute. We're doing this. Come over if you want,
Exactly.
Because I feel like everybody gets that weird feeling of like, oh, man, we haven't talked in forever. Now it's weird. And it's like, well, the other person's probably thinking the same thing. Like, you know what I mean? It's going through their head too.
Or they've just been hoping somebody would.
Yeah, a lot of
out.
people. Yeah.
It's like, you never know.
Yeah, a lot of people are just on the like, man, nobody wants to talk to me. It's like, no, I'd talk to you, dude. Like, I just, got to reach out.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Tell me you're still there.
We should do that. Like, you and I have been much better about it in the past couple years.
I think so, yeah.
Mostly from your end, because you usually come, you usually make the trip.
Yeah, and and we've got like a pretty much an open house as well. Like, but I haven't. We've talked about hosting a party there for a while, but we just haven't.
I'm just gonna do that to you.
Need it.
I'm gonna be the guy that plans it and invites everybody over to your house.
Just start seeing people come over.
You're just like, wait,
what's
what?
happening?
I'm like, oh yeah, dude, I got so and so to come clean. They're gonna cook. We're just using your walls.
Be funny.
Oh man, yeah, you guys would love that. Just unannounced. That's the thing. I wouldn't plan it. It would just be impromptu, and I'd make sure I could get as many people.
Well, okay, so you know the big TV we had in there? That's from another tenant. We got a new roommate and like in a weird moment right after, it was just weird. It wasn't, I don't know if it was coincidence or whatever, but it just went black, and it would not it like you can hear it come on and like stuff's happening, but the screen, like the power behind the screen is just gone. and we're like, well, that's unfortunate, because it was a nice big,
it was huge.
Probably almost 70-inch screen that's been kind of the nice, like something people when they come over and sit on the couch can just like flick on or for comfortability. And so we brought out like the 40-inch and just set it up against it. So there's just a little 40-inch screen in front leaning against a 70-inch screen.
I love it.
And people comment on it when they come in. It's pretty funny.
It's like the mini-me version.
Yeah. They're like, what is going on here? And it's it's like a 1080 screen.
Yeah.
So it's like a little, like, it's so slow too. Dude, my brother tried to, like, he was like, do you have the NFL app today? And because he's going to pull up the game. And we, like, looked through and like, oh yeah, it does have it. And clicked on it, and it just had the logo.
And it just sat there.
And it sat there so long that it went into the auto, like, screensaver mode. And then we finally noticed and flicked it back on. It was still just sitting there.
Oh my gosh.
We're like, all right, that's never happening.
I love those old ones.
So old. I think that was one of my first TVs too.
The 40-inch?
Yeah, that was one of the first ones that I had bought, or that was like several $100s at the time. So that's probably, geez, how old would that be? That's it's like 8 years old or something. Maybe a little less. I don't know, but somewhere in there. It was a while ago. No, it would have been a little less, because it was after. It probably would have been after.
That's an old TV at this point.
It would have been after Aaron, because he had one, so I wouldn't have bought one then.
Right.
But yeah, that's funny.
Still, yeah, that's a long time for a TV.
So, I mean, it's still somehow working.
It's crazy. Yeah, I was about to say the old smaller ones last way longer. Yeah. It seems, because we had that.
Take care of your technology.
We had that 55-inch that. Yeah, well, I mean, it didn't necessarily crap out on us. Somebody made it crap out, but it was starting to have issues even before that, because it was I don't remember what it was, a Vizio or something like that. It was a nicer one, not like the top of the line Samsung or whatever. I don't know what the best TVs right now are, but I know they're like $1,000, which is insane.
Oh yeah.
I went into when I got this new laptop, I was like, oh, I'll just go check out Best Buy, see what they got going on, if they got any deals. And while I was in there, I was like, oh, I'll go check out the TVs and the speaker system, just looking around. Like, I looked at the laptops, I didn't find one that I wanted, so I was just walking around. And one of the TVs they had in there was like $4,200. And I'm not the biggest tech guy when it comes to like all the visual stuff, right? I don't know what the difference is, but there was one that was the same size, and they have them on and they're all playing stuff.
Or something.
Yeah, I don't know but like I genuinely could not tell the difference between these two, and one of them was like 2,100, and one of them was literally double that. It was like 4,000 something, and I was like, they were both like 88 or whatever the 80 measurement is on. Maybe it's just 80. I don't know, but the big one, like the whole wall size one or whatever,
right.
Basically as large as you can get without being a projector. And I was like, I tried. I like walked in front of one and I walked in front of the other, and I backed up so I could see them both, and I was like, I can't tell the difference between. It's probably just a quality thing, like one's gonna last longer or whatever. But what can you put in a TV that's worth
other features? And
but
stuff,
what features can you put in a TV that makes it worth $2,000 more than a TV the same size with the same like visual, roughly same visual components. It's
It
just
has like lossless audio and like custom, not custom, but whatever you call it, like specialty speakers that are not just a stock. It's like from a specific
make it like surround sound or whatever.
Like there's certain stuff where they can do brand deals where they're like how they're like, oh, Apple got
Yeah,
Beats or
yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
you know, like companies they're and so you'd be like, oh, this is Harman Kardon's like partnership with Samsung or Cintiq or something. You know,
Yeah.
it's like there's things, but and then there's technical stuff that they can do. And a lot of the new like QLED stuff is really expensive. And then I think they've gone beyond that. Isn't there another one now? There's like
I
there's
don't
like
know.
a micro, like an H something,
I'll
but
check.
a halogen.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, it's there's always going to be an extremely expensive alternate. There's
Here.
also those glass back ones that are like clear on the other side.
Oh yeah.
That they have like the backless flat screens.
What the crap? I just Googled, just out of pure curiosity. I was like top, most expensive TVs you can buy, and apparently there's an LG that's $24,000.
Dang.
Don't know what that is. It's 97 inches.
Wow.
There's a 146-inch TV apparently.
Is it bulletproof glass?
It should turn into a transformer for how much they have it priced. Good lord. Yeah, no, I still couldn't tell you. I tried to look up the best. I looked up the one, not tried. I did look up the one on Best Buy, and the only different one of them Sony and one of them Samsung. But that's as far as like all the info they give you, it's the same stuff.
Technology. I built in a lot of like software and.
I mean, they both
stuff.
say 8K HDR, whatever. So yeah, there's got to be something else to it.
Wait, 8K?
8K.
Oh, those are the 8K one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's coming. That's a thing that is coming.
8K smart TV.
But we can't. I mean, yeah, our eyes can barely make the difference.
I couldn't tell
between
you.
4 and 8.
I genuinely
On certain things you can.
But they also do the thing when, I don't know if you've noticed, they used to play like music videos and stuff on the
Yeah.
TVs, and now they do the weird like computer screensaver things where it's like oceans or whatever, and
They're
it's
very
like
specifically selected like 4K film things.
but it's like I kind of want to see
Show
what
you
a
the range.
person looks like on it, because I'm going to be watching movies with like people and movement. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't want to see like the wind blowing a grassy
Yeah.
knoll or whatever. It's like,
You're
mean,
like, I'm gonna be staring at a pitch.
Yeah.
For 7 hours a day.
Yeah. It's
Well,
just
I don't care, but
I don't know.
yeah, that's true. It's depending on what you're using it for.
Because like even the
Couldn't
ones
change.
online, they all have like these images where it's like the swirly
Yeah,
backgrounds and just different like
Mm-hmm.
ambiguous things.
Digital 3D
Yeah.
scopes.
Oh man. Anyways, I don't know what I wasn't even talking about that. I think I was just stunned by how expensive some of the TVs were. Because the last TV I bought, that
You're
70
saying like
inch.
stuff wasn't lasting
Oh yeah.
as long.
That's what I was about to say. Is that 70-inch TV I bought when it got broken? That we just pulled out the old like 40. I think it's a 48-inch or whatever, 52 or something like that. It's a little bit smaller, but it's like an old.
Yeah.
I don't even know what brand it is. It's just one of those old like random brands, and I had that thing when around the same time you got your TV.
Oh wow.
That was the one that I had, and I just busted it out, and it's like we just watched the Stargate episode on it tonight, and it was
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It worked perfectly well.
Works fine.
The speakers are a little lower than they used to. Like you used to be able to turn it to like 20 was the max without it being loud. Now it's probably around 30. So the
Okay.
speakers are dying a little
Yeah.
bit, but I mean, not really
mine
noticeable.
I guess that one is the one that had an audio issue. It was like it was switching to headphone mode, like there was something jacked into it.
Oh, yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
when I would turn it on, and I would have to plug in the 3.5 and then unplug. And
Yeah.
just throw something in there and unplug it.
It just
so would
resets it or whatever.
Yeah, so then it would switch to the stereo, or the actual speaker
Oh
output.
dang, bro!
And then, you know, my 4K. So I got a 4K bigger thing for my room.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I'd gotten one of those because I wanted to get a 4K player finally and a 4K TV. And so I upgraded from that old TV.
Yeah.
And that thing immediately had issues.
Really?
Yeah, like within like a few weeks, it was doing the weird like codec thing where like parts of the screen would turn like green or pink or magenta, you know?
Yeah.
Across it, and like a lot of pixels would change to that, and then flash off, and it was I was like, no, there's no way this thing got dropped or something like as it was like that's not cool.
No,
But
yeah.
I mean, I didn't get any kind of warranty, so I was like, I'll just deal with it. And it happens every once in a while. It pops out. It hasn't fully crapped out or anything, but it's like it'll do it every once in a while. You're like, no, stop, don't do that.
Don't
Stay
stop.
away. Stay
No.
away.
Um,
Yeah, it's sometimes like I mean, yeah, definitely new stuff is just made to
you gotta buy it again.
it's made to
Although
fall and decay into the ground.
I just added, like, while I was looking, I clicked on the 70 inchers, and there is a 70 inch. It's an Insignia, which is like the lower brand one, but again,
That's the Best Buy version of the brand of,
Yeah.
But it's Samsung
yeah,
hardware,
yeah.
basically, yeah.
So I mean, and again, if they're gonna crap out sooner, anyways, I
Mhm.
guess what's the difference between like probably a couple months between? I don't know. Maybe this Samsung and Sony ones last way longer, but not in my experience.
No, not necessarily.
Dude, Best Buy's got a 70 inch for $300.
Dang.
Like that's actually a pretty good deal.
It's pretty good.
I could handle that.
Yeah.
I cannot convince myself to spend $2,000 on a TV though. That I don't care how much money I have. Like even if I was just like
Yeah,
freeballing
there are
it, I
people
don't-
that would, but that's because they have money that they
Dude,
can burn for that. But we,
I don't care if I had like a couple million sitting in my bank. If it's not noticeable to me, like okay, if you were like, hey, you can have like a $300 70 inch, or you can have like a $2,000 400 and whatever in, you know what I mean? Like we'll turn your wall, we'll build the TV as structural, like it is. What's the word I'm looking for? Integral to the home. Like we will build it as a wall. It is. It is a weight bearing wall. Then okay, I'll spend a couple grand maybe. But you know what I'm saying? Like if it's not gonna like wow me with, oh wow, I can really tell the difference, then I just don't seem like, I don't know why I would ever spend more than a few $100 on a.
so
You can get a
like,
good
so
TV.
if you were well off, you would still, would you still like, if you well, if you ate at
If you
fast
could,
food,
if you would
If-
you
if-
if you knew that nobody would ever, could you? I love that video so much.
but like so if you ate fast food still and stuff like that, like
yeah.
but you were well off enough that you could afford to eat like at a higher level now, it's like, would you still like eat similar things like that because you're like, I don't think I can appreciate like crazy high end stuff anyway, like my palate is still just like, I like pizza still and burgers.
Oh yeah, dude, I'll always eat pizza. But
Yeah.
I mean, like I was about to say, it depends. If I can tell, if it's like, hey, this steak or whatever is going to taste better because you spent an extra $100 on it, then yeah, okay, I'd spend an extra 100. But like again, those are like you can spend a lot of money on food if you were going to those crazy restaurants. But
Well, yeah, we were talking about like Michelin star restaurants
Yeah.
and some of the stuff, and they were like the appetizer flight
yeah,
for this one place is like $450. And it's like, would you spend that on a
yeah, but like if
On
it
a
was
meal.
like, hey, it's the best steak in whatever, like I said, best pizza, I don't know, whatever.
But that's what I'm wondering, because I'm like, isn't there a threshold
There is.
for foods?
Well, for instance,
gotta be.
like foods is a little bit harder, I feel like,
Where
but
they're like, oh, this is the best burrito you ever had. It's like, yeah, but what would I?
Yeah.
What? How far would I
How
travel?
much
What
better?
is the distance that I would travel?
Yes,
and where's
yes,
the
yeah.
cutoff? And how much would I
'Cause, like,
spend
and also
before I'm like,
what's-
I could just make this?
and what is truly the difference between like a 6 out of 10 taco and a 10 out of 10 taco? Like,
Yeah.
is that a big, is a 10 out of 10 like life changing, or is it just a little bit better than like a good taco? You know what I mean?
Like,
Because
there's great food, but it's like, yeah, like life. I don't know if I've ever had life changing.
here's the other thing. Food is hard for me because to say this in like a non-conceited sounding way, I like the food I make a lot. Like I'm into making my own food. That's the thing I
Absolutely.
like doing. And I don't always make the best, but when I find a dish that I really want to get right and I make it a bunch of times, like there's certain meals that I make that I don't buy anywhere anymore.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I can make that dish the way I know I like it the most. So unless someone like, we went out to a restaurant that, not to get into it, but it was like a party for somebody, and they bought the like private room, and they paid for everything, right? It's like a nice restaurant, like 40, 50, 60, 70 bucks a plate minimum, like, and they were just like, hey, get 4 of this, 5 of this, 4 of this, and they just ordered a bunch of stuff, and they asked like, hey, what do you guys want? Because it's one of those restaurants that has like 7 entrees, right? Mm-hmm. And that's just what and then they have like a daily special soup and a daily special whatever. Yeah. And so they were like, hey, you have to try whatever it was, pork chops. I'm not a big pork chop guy, but I was like, I can't make pork chops very well, so I'm going to try the restaurant one. And like, I'm very appreciative of the food. That's not why I'm saying this. It was good, but if I had gone into that restaurant to buy it, I wouldn't have paid what they charged for that dish at that restaurant. Now, you know what I mean? But I'm also not a big pork chop guy. That was just me. It was recommended to me, so I was like, yeah, I'll try it. I don't know how to make it. That sounds good. It was worth trying. It was free. You know what I mean?
I think part of it has to do. It's gotta have to do with the price point. It like has to do with the skill of the or the person and the years put in. Like, right? It's like it's gotta have to at stuff like that level.
I have to take this. I will be right back.
I think it's got to be at that point something to do with you're paying for the years that they have put in to achieve that level of dish or cook on or seasoning level on whatever they're making for you. Because it's like at some point it is just a steak or thing of noodles or fish or whatever, shrimp or not sushi or whatever that you're eating, but it's like I think it has to do with the craftsman and the labor, that you're like, oh, I'm paying because this guy trained specifically to perfect this style of on this dish you're not going to be able to do. It's like, oh, you don't have access to the experience that he had. He got a chance to do. Anyway. But it's got to be something like that, cause at some point, I don't know, like there's a place that we always heard about. I don't know if I brought this up before, but the people talk about around here where they're like, oh, if you're within like a few states of this place, like you have to go to this hole in the wall place that makes burritos, and it's like in Arizona or something, which is several states from here. And they would be like, oh yeah, if there are people that travel miles around, and you like, if you're 4 hours away, about like you call because they're so booked out, that even to get in line, it's like hours and hours of wait. And I'm just like, I'm sure it's tasty, but like there's gotta be a place, right within 50 or 100 miles of here that also makes a really good burrito, because it's like I've had very good burritos. And I don't know if they would be doing, what different seasoning that they could conceivably have that isn't available anywhere else. And somebody that also put in, decades of work hasn't also figured out. It's all preference too. It's the weird thing about food. There are standards, like standard seasonings for certain types of meats that go very well, and we know this, but there's that's just part of it. I don't know. I think I've had good experiences at some nicer restaurants, but I've also had just as good experience at like people perceived lower end places. And I think it can vary, I guess. Maybe consistency at the higher end places, that's why they're considered higher end, because it's more consistently that experience than others. Something you can expect the experience to be is nice, to something you can depend on, I guess. Uh, maybe I'm turning myself around on this. No, but yeah, I have pretty high appreciation for food. I kind of have like I think it's when I am eating, it's kind of like a happy place type thing that I did because people used to say that I hummed when I would eat, and I was like stop humming, and I'm like what? I'd be like not even aware that what was happening. I was just enjoying the moment and figuring out like things about it. I'm like dissecting the dish, in my brain, and like forming stuff. I didn't ever. I was fairly picky when I was younger, but I wasn't. I don't think I ever like fully separated food. Maybe I don't know. Like if I did, it was because it was like a color thing. It would be like a color palette. I'd be like, okay, this color needs to all go this way, and then I want to like push it. I would like if I had mashed potatoes or something. I guess I'd like formed them into shapes or like I would like smooth out like ice cream, like or like put it into a square or something funny. But I don't know. There's a there's some aspects where I would like organize things, but no, I think I definitely didn't mind like mixing stuff because I mean complementing flavors is a big thing. There's like that's why I like the Thanksgiving dinner because a lot of that stuff is very complimentary foods, and you can kind of just you could have a little bit of each of them and like pile it on a spoon and then go to town. Works pretty well, and that's certain meals like that, um, like multi-course meals. Those are cool. What is it called? Progressive dinners. That's something that we did at Alert one time. They've probably done it a few times, but yeah, they did it for the Alert guys, I think, and like the single staff guys that were like that weren't they didn't have anybody to cook or anything during. I guess it was like I don't know if it was winter. Maybe it was Thanksgiving or like sometime in the winter. Maybe it was Christmas. But yeah, they all the staff hosted like a progressive dinner, and basically each staff house that they would go to would get to cook up a certain dish. I think that's what it was. So you would get assigned, be like, okay, you're the salad or the appetizer type, beginner course, and then you got your soup course, and then your I guess you would have bread in there. One of those would have that, I guess, beginner stuff. Yeah. And then you would have a house that had the entree, and then you had a house that did something else, and then there was the dessert house. And so they could travel from each like place to place and get um, their meal in sections, and also to enjoy it and talk with different people each time, which was interesting. Yeah, and it was fun. We knew a lot of the people, a lot of the guys, of course. So it was pretty cool. We got to talk to them for a minute. Got to see them come through and talk about their experience and which one they liked so far. I don't remember which one we did or which one we hosted that last time as far as courses, um, but I'm pretty sure we all pitched in, worked on it, and yeah, I think it was a success. They they also talked about somebody was talking about doing that. You could do that as like an idea for like a what would it be like a YouTube video where you could do a progressive dinner throughout different fast food places, I guess. So you could go and get your beginner core. You could get some rolls from like uh, Texas Roadhouse or something, and then go get a salad at your favorite salad places, or like go to Panera for a soup, bowl of chili or something, a bread bowl of chili, and then go to um, somewhere for your entree that you liked, and then You could get like a burrito or something at your local Mexican place, and then go get like ice cream or shakes or something, and then it's get like Sonic or something. Yeah. Oh yeah, you could do drinks somewhere too. That would be so it'd be like go to Buffalo Wild Wings, or you could go to like Sonic and get slushes or some kind of thing for your drink. But it's a fun idea. Sounds expensive though. Even now, it's like especially now. Back in the day, that you could do that off like dollar menus or something a little bit more nicer if you wanted. But now, yeah, that is a little bit more expensive thing to do. A lot of the meals are like what, like $15 for even some fast food meals now. It's a tough time money wise. You gotta still be pretty thrifty. I think maybe now, like, I mean, everything rises in the same, there's, you would think it rises all at the same time, but I mean, you still have to be probably more thrifty than ever to get by these days. I mean, even if you're doing well, I mean, there's no reason to splurge too much. But bring it back to like getting together with friends and all that. Those are the times that with your time I think you should splurge and do things that you can you can enjoy with them. Because those are the times that you're really gonna remember. Those are the times that are gonna matter. Being around people that edify you and you can relate to and learn things from and share and keep up with. Keeping up is a hard thing for me personally. I've met a lot of people, and I always feel bad when I run out of, I go out of communication with them. And then I remember that I haven't talked to them or written them in a long time. And I'm like, ooh, like he was saying it, Andrew was saying, like, oh, it's weird now, maybe. But I don't think they would care if you just reached out randomly, generally. Unless there was something that happened in your last correspondence. But yeah, generally, if like they say, like if somebody's on your mind, just reach out, say hi, see how they're doing. It's usually gonna work out fine. Usually a good idea. And yeah, pray for people on your mind. There's a lot of things you can do, but and then man, letters are like because there are so few people that even write anymore. Like that's has a huge impact if you write somebody like a handwritten thing or even some kind of like printed out thing that you can type, you typed up and then mailed. Like that means so much more now because it is so rare. It's kind of a nice thing. And man, you can like dress it up. You can learn old folds, how to fold the paper, like an old missive from the Shakespearean times, and you can go all out. You can get like you can get wax seal, wax and a little stamp or like a signet ring. And then, you know what? We should all start dressing. I'm just going to my rant about how we should all wear like medieval accoutrement in our fashion. I really want some of those like what are those, like the leather wrist guards and like bracers or whatever they're called. Like those just are really useful and handy to have on all the time. I wouldn't mind that at all. There's a few different things that they used to wear that would be pretty like accessory type stuff more. Is what I'm thinking of. What's the other one? There was like a thing that they used to have that was like, there was a piece that was on like the back of your shoulder, and there was a piece. Oh, what's the one? I'm not remembering right now, but it'll come back to me. But yeah, there's some cool little pieces that they used to accessorize with that wouldn't be a bad thing to have. I know there's some movements for like tech wear and something else that's kind of going back that direction, which is kind of cool. And they're doing it in their own way, but yeah, I like that idea. I'm not with like the one where it's like all buckles or anything. That's not what I'm talking about. But that's a step toward something. Yeah. Yeah, but tastefully done. That's the key.
I disagree.
Whoa, where did you come from?
Just snuck in through the side door. Steve let me in.
Steve, come on. What do we not pay you for?
What do we not pay you for? Oh man, the question that we all want answered. No, so sorry about that. I had to step out real quick. Thanks for taking the reins. I'm sure it was, yeah, I'm sure it was just pretty much the exact same as our normal every day.
Just with me talking. I was wondering how much, like, if we did like a pie chart, like I wonder who has had more airtime so far on the podcast.
It's gotta be me.
Like on a some kind of, I don't know, yeah, flow chart or some kind of thing. Somebody put that together. I want to see.
It has to be me. I talk way too much, and I interrupt a lot.
That's what this is about.
Yeah. No, I mean, not like, I'm not saying too much in like a bad way, but too much in a bad way.
It's the balance, because in real life, then I talk too much and you don't say that.
It works its way out.
Yeah.
I don't. Sorry, I'm reading.
He hums when he reads.
Yeah, I hum when I read. It helps me focus. Okay, so I don't even remember what we were talking about when I walked out.
Yeah. Yep, same.
I know we were talking about TVs at one point, but I think we were past that.
I think so.
It doesn't matter a whole bunch, but we should probably jump into the subject with which is the reason that we are all gathered here today.
Welcome to the gathering, brothers.
Welcome to the gathering. Yeah, so we're here to talk to you about cabinets and the correct installation process.
Dovetails and the like.
Yeah, we've been around, Ben and I, and we've seen that they're not always done correctly. Hardly ever, honestly. And Ben and I, having installed exactly 0 cabinets between the two of us, we were like, we have to take this upon ourselves and fix the problems that we are definitely seeing and call them out. And quite frankly, there's just a lot around here. So,
yeah, I mean that's the couch level of it, couch expert, level that is required in a podcast.
Yeah,
you just have to have an interest in the subject. It doesn't matter if you know anything about it.
You just have to have an opinion. It doesn't have to be right, and you don't have to have a foundation for which it was.
I've torn out a bunch of cabinets. I've touched cabinets.
I was about to say I've opened cabinets my whole life, pretty much.
Exactly.
I mean, I've used cabinets I think every day of my life.
Pretty sure I know what's up and down, and
I'm basically an expert. Open the doors, close the doors, accidentally pull the doors off. Anything there's to do with the door.
Opinions on magnetic clasps.
I'm pro magnets.
Okay.
Mostly for entertainment value. If the phone's dead or something like that. How do they work?
You didn't see that coming.
Okay. You got me, dude. I was not ready. I honestly, when I started bringing up the cabinet thing, I had no idea where I was going with it at all. So it's just like, how much can I like get out of this?
And I think you're proving that you're talking. You can just you can get mileage out of that.
I didn't have anything, so I'd apologize, but I don't want to. No, but the real reason why we're all gathered here today, Stargate SG1 season 1 episode 11.
11 is here.
I have my notes. If you would give me 1 second.
1 second.
All right. Well, I am not as fast as I should be at this. That's on me, honestly, and I apologize. I'm gonna work on that. We're gonna get in the lab. We're gonna get on the field, practice that. We're gonna come back stronger. We're gonna be better, and really just unite as a team on that. So
and have a good game.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good game. We're just gonna give it our all. 100% effort. Focus as soon as the boots are on the ground.
Get pucks.
The other team,
down, get pucks deep.
The other team, they had us in the first half. I'm not gonna lie, but we're gonna come back out and we're gonna get this. And I still don't have my note for this, so
come together as a team.
I dropped my one and only pin. I'm so underprepared.
There's literally 300 pins in a cup, like a foot to his right. Is why he was saying it like that.
No, what's even funnier is I meant that. I didn't even look at the cup.
Oh my gosh. You were like devastated for a second.
I was actually like, crap, I dropped my pin. I don't know what I'm going to do. And there's 65 pins in 2 different cups right next to me, bro. Oh, bro, that got me good.
We have a surplus of options. It's okay. This is a metaphor for life.
It was so close to me.
We're so focused on our problems that we don't look directly to our right.
The solution was within reach times 2. I could have gone for 2 different cups. And thank you for grabbing my one and only pin for me, by the way.
You're welcome. But as a friend, I reached down and grabbed the pin that he needed. The one that he wanted. Pin. The only one that works for him.
Oh, that hurt. Sorry about that. Okay. I don't know where I am. Okay, yep, there we are. Episode 10. I'm not going to draw a line through the beautiful art that we made. And by we, I mean all of you. And I was just watching it. My favorite art on the show is still our little note from our first guest. That was... Dude, I love the visual jokes that we do on this podcast. It's so good.
I don't understand.
One of these days, we're going to have... we don't have a video component of this. It's not like we can release it later. There's no proof any of this happened except for with us, which makes it somehow more... I have to imagine it's more infuriating, but also better. You guys don't understand the amount of, visual cues we give each other for jokes. It's kind of absurd, but yeah, we have a lot and it's fun. Okay.
Yeah, I think we have a nice little barrier right now. A little bit of padding that we can fool around with.
Yeah.
In that way, which is kind of nice that when we do get to that point with a video podcast that we will no longer have.
Yeah, we'll figure out a way. We'll have to edit somehow.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know how. We barely edit anything now. And by barely, I mean we really don't. Okay. I got it. This episode was called Bloodlines. Again.
Bloodlines.
Which makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I also didn't look at the name of this episode.
Yeah,
so
I didn't either. Idea. That's why I was pulling it up on my phone.
Vamping.
Vamping.
Blood. Yeah.
And lines. Inlines sometimes. There's 2 different visuals
vampires
for that.
do lines of blood?
Well, there's 3 different visuals for that now that you bring it up. Because I was thinking of
vampire clubs do in their bathrooms.
I was thinking of individual bloods, individual bloodlets. I don't know. Getting in line.
Okay.
And then I was thinking the other one would be lines of blood, and then that translates, I guess. Okay. So how does this one open? Is it the like fever dream nightmare thing? Oh yes. So it opens with like
Yeah.
we actually restarted the episode because I guess we accidentally played like 3 seconds of it when we stopped the last episode, and it started, and Ben and I were both like, "Wait a second, what's happening? What's going on? We don't remember this. I'll rewind." And I thought because we thought it was like a minute or so in,
Right.
and we rewind, and it literally goes back like 8 seconds, and we're like, "Oh, it's supposed to start like okay, got it. It like it got us. It got the double whammy on us." So that had a nice effect, but yeah, it opens with Teal'c in some type of like fever dream. You don't know it's a fever dream, but he like sees his son on the like operating table in another world. Well, I guess you didn't know it was his son, but it's assumed to be his son or like someone he cares about because he sees a child, and he's clearly reacting emotionally, especially for Teal'c. And he sees him on the operating table, and then he like goes to help him, and then he's the one on the operating table, and then his son's walking around, or the boy's walking around, and so it's kind of, you're like, wait, what is going on? It's very trippy. And then the priest guy starts speaking, and it's O'Neill's voice, which I don't know if you got that, but I was like, oh, that's cool.
No.
Yeah, because he says Teal'c, and it's in the priest voice, and then he says Teal'c again, and you can hear it as O'Neill's voice through the little intercom thing. And then when it like went into the real setting, which he's in like an operating room.
And they're like coming to.
Yeah, he's coming to in an operating room at the base on Earth, and they like tried to take the gold out of him.
Yeah.
And figure out stuff about it, and realized that it's like directly tied to / is his immune system, so he can't survive without it for very long. Which we'll get to this, I guess, or we can do it now. It doesn't really matter. We hop around a little bit, but they say that he can only go a couple hours without it. Like they make note of like a couple hours, and then later on in the episode, when the stuff happens, he like doesn't he doesn't even make it 10 steps. I don't know if you know, like when it cuts back to them after that, they're in the exact same position. And I was like, wait. Anyways, we'll get to. Well, yeah, we'll just get to that later. But no for that.
Really fast. Well, no, they said, and then like, and in the middle of it, they're like, she says it like, either she or the other, his trainer is like, it's about 4 hours. So it's like they gave us almost an exact.
Yeah, they give a pretty, not like exact, but like a pretty good window of time.
Yeah. But his is probably a pretty unique one anyway, gold. Maybe.
Yeah, but it's just funny. I just more meant that they give us a window, and then they don't operate inside that window.
No,
like they could have just, it's kind of the Superman kryptonite thing where like it always affects him differently, and for what the situation is.
Right.
Like sometimes it's like he instantly loses his powers and he's down and he can't do anything, and then other times he's like lifting a planet of kryptonite or whatever, and it's like, okay, well, is it like, does it weaken you? Does it kill you immediately? Does it poison? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they just use it differently, so it's kind of that where it's like. Sure. You don't tell us what it does and then not do that. That stuff kind of does frustrate me in movies and shows. But it's not a big deal. It's not super important. I just noticed it, and I was like, it's always interesting to me when they decide to do, because that's not it could be arbitrary. It's not a thing that you need to tell the audience, like, hey, there's a time, like a specific time limit. Like if they had said a little while, or for a little bit, or you know what I mean? Like,
oh, we can't live without it.
Yeah, you could take that as like, oh, okay, well then let the show me what they mean by that. And obviously in the show, later in the episode, we would find out that it's very quickly. But either way, I digress. It cuts to the operating room, and Teal'c realizes that they had to put the ghoul back inside him because they took it out of him to like do science on it, but realized he couldn't live without it, so they put it back in him.
Yeah.
And like the rest of the team is watching from like an observation deck into the surgical room, and then I don't remember exactly the following scene, but it basically leads to Teal'c and O'Neill having a conversation one-on-one where Teal'c's... How does it go exactly? Does he bring up that the other Goa'uld are on that planet first, or does he tell him about his son and then tell him that there's Goa'uld? I don't even remember.
I think maybe Daniel or somebody. I feel like Daniel and Carter were talking in like the other room right after that. Where like something about, they're like, well, we really wanted one to study, and they're like, well, we could go back to Charlook or whatever to to or no, it wasn't even that.
Yeah, I'm having trouble.
Because he brought up Teal'c was like,
Okay,
oh,
yeah.
actually, there's a bunch still on my home planet, and they were like, oh, really? Remember that?
Oh yeah.
He's the one that ultimately brought it up. But they were talking about like, oh yeah, we were hoping to get it back to a lab or one of the universities or whatever it was to study it, and they were like, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
we were really excited about that. I think the doctor lady was saying she was excited, but and then basically you get O'Neill talking to Teal'c about it, how he was like, yeah, there's something, or O'Neill, kind of unearths like, oh, there's something he's not saying about this. Why?
Yeah.
Why? And he suddenly wants to go back, and because they're like, we can't go back, like that we were attacked this last time. We had to run to get out of there that last time.
Yeah.
You know how this went.
They're not a match.
And he's like, actually, I do want to go. And they're like, why?
Yeah, well, you
and he's like, oh, I can't tell you, type of thing. And then
that's when him and O'Neill have the one-on-one.
Yeah, and he's like, he's like, hey, can we trust you?
Yeah, he ends up telling him, like, why do you want to go back so bad? And he says, because I have a family, and my son is coming of age to get a Gould placed inside him, and I don't want to allow that to happen. And O'Neill's like, dude, what the crap? Like, you have a family, and you didn't tell us that. And he was like, well, if I told you that I'd have a family, then I knew I'd be a liability.
Yeah.
Because you guys would have known that they could have used my family against me, and I would be compromised. And he said... Like, well, yeah, we wouldn't have trusted you then. He's like, but how do you expect anybody to trust you now? Like, you've been lying to us this whole time. So it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Pretty consequential. Which was fun because it sets, like, at least a medium amount of stakes of, like, it's not that they don't directly trust him. Like, the rest of the team ends up standing up for him pretty good, actually.
Sure.
But it definitely shows that, like, they are kind of pissed. Like, they want to help him, but they are still pretty pissed at him. They're like, hey, dude, what the crap? Like... You should have told us all this up front.
They realized, even he didn't fully trust them.
Yeah.
But I think what was happening was, like, he was like, I've finally fully trusted you guys.
Yeah.
Because that's the way he was thinking about it, where he was like, I came in and didn't tell you about my family because of my ability, but also because it's like, I don't know what you got, even though I helped you. And it was like, oh, I think you guys are okay. I'm gonna help you and sacrifice. But he's like, still he had to have been still hesitant and be like, I don't know. This still
tell
could
new
be
people everything.
This still could be, this still could go south. I don't want to give away everything. So it's like, and now he's at a point, I think, where he's like, okay, they're okay. They're gonna help with whatever. We're friends at some level. So it's like, I think now he's something he definitely wouldn't have brought up for sure before, but now is comfortable with O'Neill enough to tell him.
Yeah. And then O'Neill tries to convince... Actually, they all try to convince... Well, they go in to talk to the general, and they tell him, like, hey, obviously we can't operate on the Gould because Teal'c can't live without it. And he's like, yeah, obviously we can't do that. And they're like, but there are more on this planet. We can go get them.
And the general's
he's like,
thinking the way they were originally. Like, no, there's like, no way. I'm not going to jeopardize my people in a situation where I know we don't have any way to,
Yeah, he's like, no. Being a good leader, honestly. He's like, no way would I do that.
That doesn't make any sense anyway.
And then Teal'c...
And then he realizes, okay, wait, what are you not telling me? Why are you suddenly switching? He's figuring it out.
He calls O'Neill into his office one-on-one to kind of chew him out a little bit.
Yeah.
And he does. And then O'Neill's like, hey, Teal'c has a family. And he's like, what? And then he freaks out about it. And then they run out of the room because they hear the alarms. Yeah, they hear the alarms for the Stargate going off. And it's Teal'c, like, in his full body armor. And he's trying to leave on his own. And he's like, I'm not trying... The general's like, you can't leave. And he's like, I'm not trying to put anybody else in danger. It's literally just myself. He's like, you know way too much about us. Like, we can't just let you leave. He's like, you know, they could get all the information, everything you know about us, which is pretty much everything they could get. And he says like, I would die before I let that happen. Like I care about this, you know.
Yeah.
I'm honorable still. Like I would die before I let. And he's like, I know, which is why I can't send you alone. And that's like what makes the general decide to change his mind, and he does send SG-1 over there, which is cool because they actually it's cool they like come up with a little plan. They don't just go in bullheaded, and like it was neat to see them like thinking and being smart before, because you know previously in a lot of the episodes it's like they just kind of walk in and then they're like, oh no, we're in trouble, now we've got to figure it out, you know what I mean? And this time they were like, hey, we know kind of what we're getting into, like let's plan for this, and they wear disguises, and it was kind of fun. I liked that one a lot actually. So anyways, they put Teal'c's body armor on, which, you know, has a big serpent helmet. Mm-hmm. And so it covers his face, and they go through the Stargate. And I don't know if they answer this, but, like, for whatever reason, there's the people on the other side of the Stargate just waiting for them. So I don't know if those guards are supposed to always be there.
Maybe.
Or what, because they're not there when they leave at the end of the episode. Oh, yeah, they are. They come up in the... Yeah, they totally are. So I guess they're just... They have guards for their Stargate on their Earth, which makes sense.
A lot of traffic.
Yeah. So, anyways, they go through and they trick him, and it works with the disguises. Teal'c says something about like his helmet being damaged. That's why he can't take it off. Mm-hmm. And then I think they go straight to the little village, right?
They... Let's see. No, I don't think they go... Because they... don't they immediately encounter Bratok?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
They totally when they get to the tree line or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Tony Amendola appearance, which is pretty cool. He's always fun to see.
Yeah.
He's a good character actor and been around a long time. Shows up as like, and kind of puts O'Neill through the the test, or just to, he's like, you know, he recognizes them, or Teal'c when he approaches them at the house, and he's like, I was expecting when I heard that your son, it was the right time for your son.
Yeah.
To the ceremony and everything. He's like, I kind of figured you would come back, even though people thought he was dead or whatever, or hoped in his exile or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so yeah, they made it to the house. That's what it was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they made it back to, I guess that was supposed to be his house.
And it's totally destroyed.
Yeah, and it's all caved in and burnt. And there's a glyph painted on one of the walls that they said stands for traitor.
Right.
And so Teal'c is kind of devastated for a moment until Bratok shows up, and it turns out he's like one of the greatest past warriors of the Jaffa of all time.
Yeah, we kind of knew that.
But he was there, like, he was, I guess, his master, like the guy that had trained him, Teal'c, I think, right? Is that implied?
Yeah, yeah.
And so he, you know, inherently trusted him, and then yeah, he mentions, like, I'm pretty sure they escaped, like, your kid and your wife.
Yeah, well, they basically were banished.
Yeah.
Like the whole town or whatever it was.
Mm. They're like, so they're outcast. I don't know exactly where, but I know that around this one city, there's a bunch of camps outside of it that are where most of those people are. So he's like, I guess that's where we're gonna have to start looking.
Yeah.
Because Teal'c, like, lets them know, like, back when, you know, on the other side on Earth, had let them know that it's like, no, this is happening today. Like, this ceremony happens today, basically, if it's going to happen. So they're very short on time, and they're like, okay, we just have to start scanning every one of these encampments, and that's when O'Neill makes the decision. He's like, okay,
yeah,
you guys, he tells Daniel and
Sam
to, like, okay, you guys are going back to near where the Stargate is and keep watch and get ready to lay down like suppressive fire, if we have to come running back, to escape. He's like, that's what he's expecting, and he's like kind of had to make a quick snap decision about like, okay, this is what I feel like we're about to be up against.
Yeah.
And this doesn't sound good, type
There's
thing.
a weird thing that happens here too, but I'll talk about it in a second. Or I'll go ahead and say it, but like the gun thing, I don't understand. For whatever reason, they don't have like any heavy weapons. Well, I guess
they walked
Sam
in
does.
with like staffs and those disguises. I mean, they didn't really have. I guess they could have put some under those.
Yeah,
robes,
like they
but...
had cloaks on and stuff.
Yeah.
Like especially because they use like P90s and
well,
submachine guns.
What I didn't
and
understand is as soon as they got away from the people at the portal
Yeah.
with those disguises, they just threw it off and put on their army fatigues back on. It's like, why would you do that if you're like, I would stay disguised through the entire thing. Like that would draw so much less attention than just walking around in army fatigues. Like, I don't know. That seemed a lot more of a giveaway.
That was too, but also just like if you are gonna go do that, then why? Even more reason. Why would you not?
Yeah.
Carry a heavier weapon? Because again, they carry submachine guns, so they're tiny. Usually or smaller.
And they know how like powerful and like
they knew what they were
of these people are. Like the warriors there are. It's like you don't even be like I'll take them down with a fist fight. It's like no. That's not going to work in this situation.
It was just weird. They knew where they were going, and they didn't bring it. Like, again, Sam has the one gun, and that's it. But anyways, I say that to say, when they split up, O'Neill decides to go with Teal'c and, what's his name?
Yeah.
And, Bratok, that's right. And he, like, just has his pistol.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's... What? I don't know. It was just weird to me. I was like, you know what you were getting into. Bring a weapon. Like, also, they have other staffs. They had more of the, like, warrior staffs that turn into guns or whatever. I'm like, you could have...
Yeah, those are good.
Maybe Teal'c had two or something. I don't know. Like, I figured they could have got weapons there somehow.
Yeah.
And they just did not... Oh, like the guards. They could have... Well, I guess they decided not to take the guards up till later. But I don't know. There's a bunch of ways I feel like they could have gotten weapons in.
Yeah.
At least more than just a handgun.
Absolutely.
He has, like, his Glock or whatever it is.
I'm not sure about what's going on there.
It's not a Glock, but... Yeah.
Beretta.
Beretta. He I don't know, it was just weird. I was like, you're going to be going up against some bad guys.
Yeah.
But, anyways, yeah, so go on. They do the thing where they split up.
So O'Neill goes with those two, and they probably went, through a few camps, but you kind of just cuts to them coming to this one camp and showing up above it. Everybody, like a bunch of the nomads see them and like freak out and run. And then Teal'c sees a ceremonial tent, maybe, that he recognizes. Oh, this has got to be what they're already performing the ceremony. And so he like runs directly through this camp, full speed, Terminator style, and he gets to this tent, sees a priest and his son on this table, and priest is like basting him or something. I don't know what he was doing, but preparing this kid. And there's another priest, I think, to the side, just doing something at a table with like a bowl. But so the guy's like, the priest recognizes him immediately, and he's like, step away, and the priest just walks over and grabs a knife that's like a snake's tongue thing. It's got like two blades on one. They're like in like parallel to each other. Yeah. So maybe that was part of the ceremony or something, but I wasn't sure. And he just like goes after Teal'c, and Teal'c's like, I don't want to hurt you, but I will. And he goes to like wrestle him down, and this cloaked figure comes through the side of the tent and just immediately jumps on Teal'c's back.
Yeah.
And like tries to bite him or something.
Yeah, not much of an attack plan.
Yeah, it wasn't too much, but you could tell it was like, okay, this is somebody small. And I kind of guessed immediately like who Hat would have to be. But yeah, I didn't know why she would be fighting him. But anyway, so he throws the priest off to the side, and he lands on his face, and then he flips the person off his back and pins their arms down, and then for some reason just reaches for the hood to reveal who it is. For us.
Yeah, it's totally
there's no reason to do that. Just freaking pop.
Yeah.
Knock him out. No.
Might have figured out because they weren't as strong as him.
Maybe. But he fiddles with the hood and pulls it back, and it's a lady, and he's like, oh, and you're like, oh, okay, this has got to be his wife, and and I guess is that when O'Neill gets there?
Yeah.
And Barda, and they're like, what? Oh, what's happening? And he's like, oh, this is
my wife,
Drac, or whatever.
Yeah.
And this is my wife, and she's like, I can't believe you would come back, and is upset, and that he was interfering with it. And she's like, they're about to accept us, and they go over and kick over the priest, and he's like, his hand is still on the knife, but he's like, it's in his chest. Yeah. And you're like, oh, okay, this is not good.
Yeah.
Now that's happened, and I don't know. I think the other guy ran. I don't know if he got knocked out or if he ran or what, but
no, in that scene it was just the priest and the wife.
Sure there was two of them. There was one to the side and one standing next to the boy.
I thought it was just the priest and the wife.
I don't remember whether he just ducks out or if he just got smacked immediately and just knocked out. Yeah. But yeah, that guy's dead. The other guy. So they're he's explaining to her and arguing about no, this is a terrible thing. I don't want him to have to go through this.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're wrong. They you know what we've been living through this whole time.
Yeah.
Having to endure and what I've had to do to keep my son safe, and she'd been setting up opportunities for them and different things.
She clearly blames Teal'c for everything.
Yeah.
Because when he got labeled a traitor, obviously they're his family, so they got kind of treated as outcasts and moved to the slums. And
she's like, yeah, you don't care about us.
Yeah.
You were selfish in this or whatever,
Oh, there's straight up some 1990s, a straight up 1980s, 1990s scene in this where they're arguing and Teal'c just grabs her by the hair, starts yelling at her.
Yeah, I just saw
and he's like, "What did you do, woman?" or something like that. And I was like, "Oh boy."
Yeah.
This was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But
it just, as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's what's the word I'm looking for?" Oh my gosh, I can't think of words right now. But anyways, problematic.
Yeah.
But
she immediately shook it off.
Yeah,
and was
whatever.
Right back in his face. So I was like, maybe she told him to do that just to give her the extra push to do.
It was
get
definitely
that emotion. I don't know.
It was definitely for the show.
We'll see.
The actors didn't do it on their own, but it was still just. I was like, oh yeah, this is a thing that was made a while ago, for sure.
But and then she let's see. Then that's the part right after that, right, where they're talking after they got the they showed that's what it was, a group where Daniel and Sam were hiding in the trees. They show a group of warriors and priests and stuff carrying this container thing through the woods.
Yeah.
And they're all marching through the woods protecting this stuff, and they're like, this is interesting. So they kind of follow them in the meantime through these woods near the portal, I guess. And they follow him to a temple, I guess they said later. But and it turns out they're carrying a bunch of newly born Goa'uld in a little reservoir, and then they pour them into a tank. And then so they get the idea to take like a like a little Scream container from Monsters Inc. and grab one and like throw it in there and grab some, put some of the water in there for it, so they could take that back and study it. They're like, this is the perfect time, opportunity to grab a specimen. But yeah, she's like, well, yeah, grab the boy, the mom. It's like, okay, grab your son, and we'll take him back to the house. He's like, we'll show you where we've been living and what you've done to us. And he wakes up, and they're like, his father and son are reunited, because she said she had told him that he is dead because it was easier.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So she had even told the son that. And the boy was like, they said, is clearly like sick at that point, by that time, I think. And they were like, that's partially why we needed to do the ceremony, so we could, get the gold in there and like heal him.
Yeah.
As well. They were like, he's not going to last much longer. And then I guess at that point, like, is that when O'Neill is like, oh, I recognize the symptoms of that.
Yeah.
That's another Earth sickness.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, if we can get him back through the Stargate and get you guys back, we can run some tests. And
he also gives him something, doesn't he?
Yeah,
from his med kit.
They're like making some kind of drink, and then he's like, yeah, I have some like packages of something.
Yeah.
And he like offers some, and they like dump it into the drink and give it to him.
Doesn't seem to do anything.
Yeah, I don't know what that was for. He was just like, yes, scarlet fever, and like immediately pulls out these packs, and you're like, he just has an immunization for scarlet fever in his pack.
It was also kind of funny because he was like, I don't know. I think it was one of those things where they were like, crap, we didn't give O'Neill anything to do for these like 4 scenes. Yeah. And so like, because it did kind of seem like he just stepped into frame and was like, here you go, and then like stepped back. You know what I mean? It was just weird. It was like, oh yeah, he hasn't really done anything in this episode for a minute.
Yeah.
So that was kind of funny. Like, he does. Like, he's there, but he's not doing much.
Mm. Yeah, it probably would have been the Doctor if he had been in the same scene, but yeah, and then let's see what happened next.
Well, they start to make their way to, they give them the meds, and they start to, like, that group starts to make their way to the Stargate.
Mm.
And then it kind of cuts back and forth between them and Sam and Daniel, and like what they're doing for a little, like it cuts back and forth a few times.
Yeah, they have a moment at the temple where they're like, Daniel's like, I kind of want to destroy that aquarium of gold.
Yeah.
As we leave, and she's like,
yeah, what does she say?
We shouldn't, because we'd be no better than them.
Yeah, well, she says something specific too. She says like, if you do that, then it's gonna be like worse for the people here or whatever, because it'll be seen as like, an act of rebellion or something like that. I can't remember. Like, she says like it's gonna have a negative impact on the people that are living here.
Okay.
And she has a line. I made a note of it, but I can't remember exactly what she said. I should have quoted it. But anyways, I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of true. I hadn't thought of that. And then like 2 seconds later, Daniel just destroys it anyways.
Yeah, he shoots it up.
And she like looks at him like, what did you just do? Yeah. And then they just never mention it again. It was kind of funny.
Looks at her like, was that me?
Yeah. Then, he was like, oh yeah, I did do that, didn't I?
Yeah.
And then they just never talk about it.
I'm a bad boy.
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah, it's still too gross.
Yeah.
We don't want that happening anymore. But
he's very pissed at them.
So then, yeah, they're heading back, and they get spotted by some of the guards, and get started getting chased and shot at. And so, yeah, the Jaffa are following them through the forest, and they like shoot a little bit back and run and hide, and then they throw a grenade at them and seemingly take out the 3 guys that are Jaffa that are following them. And then And then I'm pretty sure it cuts back. And at that point, they're like, they set the kid down, Rack down, the son, and they're like, the mom's like, he's not breathing. And so Teal'c's like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna have to. It's like the only thing else I can think to do is to offer him my gold to save him and sacrifice. He's like, I won't last, much longer, but at least he will. And so he does a very gross thing.
Yeah.
But
there's a couple gross scenes.
And gives his son the healing parasite, and then they're like, well, we still have to get there, but he is doing, potentially doing better. But then the other two meet up with them at that point, I think, basically. And but yeah, we immediately see Teal'c like leaning up against a tree and like in the same spot. It's like, yeah, I don't know if I can even walk. They're like, wait a minute. Now how are we gonna get back to?
Yeah.
And then
that was the
O'Neill's
scene that was like
explaining it to them. And they're like, oh,
we have one.
We actually we just picked up one at the quarter gas station right down the.
Yeah.
We have a gold right here, and they're like, it's very, and they're like, yeah, that'll work, or they'll have to work. And then he's like, oh, it's a little young.
Well, he also freaks out. He's like, it's sacrilege or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that. And O'Neill, one thing I will say about this episode is there was some banger lines. Like, I was laughing out loud a few times. Mm-hmm. It was one of the, actually, it's probably the funniest episode so far. And one of the lines O'Neill has, he's like, the guy's like, oh yeah, it's sacrilege. Like, you can't just take something from the temple or whatever. Mm. And O'Neill's like, and will it help him? He like doesn't like, care at all. He's literally like, so like, I don't give a crap about your religion. Yeah. Is it gonna save my friend? And then he's like, well, it's young, but we can try. And then he tries. It's just funny because Richard Dean Anderson was just so like blatant about it. He's just like, yeah, and what do you like? I don't care, like at all. Yeah, no remorse whatsoever. It wasn't like a debate of like, oh yeah, you're right, and it does go against their religion. He's just like, I don't care. Like, will it help him? The only question that matters right now is, will it help him?
Yeah, he's never been a man of care for like local traditions and customs and cultures at all. But especially not when it comes to people being in danger that are under his care.
Yeah,
for sure. But yeah, so that immediately works somehow, and they're able to head. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm feeling amazing." And then they make it to the tree line again. They're like, "Okay, we're gonna have to come up with another plan," because some of those. Well, actually, so they almost get, and then they get like most of the way to the Stargate, and then another couple of the Jaffa find the three that were blown up, and they blow like a sound a horn that alerts everybody like, oh, somebody's been attacked. Yeah. I guess that's the first time they've noticed something going wrong. And so some of the men, there's like a group that was still standing at the Stargate, and they're like sent off to see what that's about. So then there's only like one or two left. And so by the time they get to the tree line, they see, okay, it's just one or two, and then the priests, or whatever those other guys were, the
guards,
the headdresses or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're like, they don't have like weapons. It's the two guys that were like didn't have weapons. They were like the ambassadors or whatever. I don't know. Right. The greeting party. The maitre d'.
The second priests.
The maitre d' and his attendant. But yeah, so they're like much more doable. But we're gonna have another idea. But again, they're walking down, and they put Teal'c's head dress on. Actually, I don't know where. I guess the wife stayed with the kid over somewhere because they weren't in the group. But anyway, they walked. The teacher and Teal'c walked them down in their army fatigues again. And they were like, "Oh, these are our prisoners. This is who's been causing the ruckus. We're going to take them back through to the other colony and put them, to jury or whatever, to the trial." But the guy again that talked to him as they got in, the maitre d', was like, nah, I'm calling BS. It's like, I'm not letting anybody go through here again until we get the palace guards come back and tell us what's happening. And he's like, no, this is who was causing the problem. And he's like, nah. And he's like, all right, fine, we'll wait. And then he does a little like fake turn, and then turns back and immediately does like the rotation, like gunfighter rotate, and then like drop down and fire from like the hip, like type move, shoots the guy. The other guys immediately like start like lifting their weapons, and he like fires a whole bunch of shots at their feet and like creates a bunch of smoke, and then jumps over it and like starts just using his staff and the gun staff thing. Does that have a name? I still don't know.
I can't remember.
I think they mentioned it, but just knocking them all down with that thing, beating them up, knocking them out real quick, and kind of shows off his skill ultimately, which they did a little bit at the beginning, where he tries to take O'Neill on to sea, and then he like disarms him for a second, and then he ends up then flipping him down. But he kind of fully shows off, oh yeah, I'm still very capable, and this is why I'm one of the best.
Well, they kind of had that, we forgot to mention, I guess, at the beginning with him and O'Neill.
That's what I was just saying.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about the end.
Yeah. No, I went back to that.
Oh, yeah.
But the
sorry, you were talking about, my bad. I was thinking of the Teal'c scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. You're right. Back earlier in the episode when they first meet the trainer. Now I know what you're talking about. I was so lost for a second. I was like, wait, what is he talking? That scene blanked from my mind. Mm-hmm. That was another one. We were talking about this one being one of the funnier episodes. The back and forth between them in that. Yeah. What was the line that he says to him first? He's like, not too bad for an old man or whatever. And he's like, you're over 100 years old. And then there's another line that he says in there. O'Neill says something like, dude, I can't remember. I should have written all of them down, but O'Neill had like 5 or 6 bangers in this episode.
Yeah, the trainer revealed that he's like 133 or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, another 100 years. Yeah. 100 years younger, and I would have.
Yeah, I would have had you.
You wouldn't have been able to do that so easily.
But O'Neill had a response to it that was super funny. I should go back and write these down, but it like
he had some pretty good lines.
I remember laughing a few times. This was by far the funniest episode I think so far. Anyway, sorry, I totally bombarded you or interrupted you. What were you saying?
And then he takes them all down, and like looks back at them.
Yeah,
and then they're like, all right, Daniel, head over there and fire that thing up. And they do that off camera while they're kind of making their final thing. They're like, okay, so you're going with them. Bartok is gonna like watch over the wife and son and make sure that he gets trained up. And Teal'c has like an emotional goodbye with the son, and then is like, bye. to the wife, and she at that point she's like, oh, okay, I guess he's doing this for a reason, and kind of has they made up cooled down a little bit, and she's like, all right, well, yeah, I guess I'll see you next time. And he's like, it might be a long time this time, but and they're kind of telling us, I think that
we're not coming back here for a bit, guys. I don't think we're coming
back for a few seasons, but we will at some point. And he's like, and I look forward to fighting alongside you in the war. And we're like, huh? What? Yeah. Wait, what? But
Oh,
anyway.
they totally, like, not to... Spoiler alert, but not really a spoiler alert, but they totally are just baiting the trainer's death. Like, they're like, hey, let's introduce this character. We'll really make you like him. All right, we'll see you later. Probably not till the war. Bye. Wait, what? This is like, oh, you're going to see him in a war episode next. Oh, okay. Interesting.
But, yeah.
I don't know if he dies in the next episode that he's in, but it's just like...
But, yeah.
TV shows do that.
Dad comes back into the life that was dead after he left with the milk, and then...
Yeah.
And then immediately it's like, yeah, I'm probably never going to see you guys again.
Yeah,
so,
see you in the next life. Yeah.
I just came here to interfere with your life a little bit, and then
he
mess
does,
up your graduation, and then
he does the
leave.
meme of like, what is it? It's like, it's never goodbye. It's see you later. Okay, goodbye. This literally does.
Yes.
Exactly. It's so funny.
But yeah, I mean, he has a whole emotional arc there.
Yeah, it was a really good Teal'c episode.
Teal'c episode, yeah.
Good episode.
And then it
literally just ends.
Yeah.
They step into the Stargate and it doesn't show like anything.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they have like a final look or whatever. Like they all look back at each other.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody walks through and Teal'c's standing there facing back toward them as they like head off.
And then it just like...
Because they're like, are you going to be blamed for all of these dead bodies everywhere? And he's like... And
that was another one.
And he says a little line that they had said at the beginning.
Yeah.
One of the literal.
O'Neill says, "We'll cross that bridge when we get to it." And he at the beginning of the episode, and the trainer is like, "Oh no, we shouldn't take the bridge. It's very heavily guarded."
Yeah.
And O'Neill's like, "No, it's like a figure of speech." He's like, "I didn't actually mean it." And like Teal'c and him look at each other, kind of confused. And then at the end of the episode, he's like, what's his name again? I'm spacing the names. Bratok. He's like, they're like, are you gonna get blamed for like the priest's death? And like, oh, because when they disposed of the priest's body, I don't know, I can't remember.
Yeah, they dragged it off.
They drag it like 10, 15 yards and then just drop him and walk off. Like they don't like put him in brush or cover him up. They just like walk him out of the tent a little bit and then like drop him. So anyways, they're like, are you gonna get blamed for all this? And he's like, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. And then him and O'Neill kind of like share a look or whatever. I got you, buddy. So
he has experience, so he's able to figure this stuff out faster than Teal'c.
Yeah, he did seem a little more like human than Teal'c, but I guess he's been around. He's experienced a lot more.
He did,
in life.
And then his wife like fully didn't have the accent that everybody else did at all. Like she didn't even try.
Kind of, no.
So
no,
I don't know.
She was not. Yeah, she was just a lady.
Yeah,
but oh yeah, the weapons. That's what I was going to tell you. The name of like the staff ones is called a Matok staff.
Matok.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm pronouncing it right. But anyways, they're like, I don't know. I'm indifferent on those a little bit. Like it's cool, it's fun, different design, whatever. But at the same time, it's like, it's pretty impractical. It's like, or it is and isn't. Like
it makes sense for the Egyptian.
Yeah. No, it fits. But then also like
the guards.
Not necessarily so far, but there's times later on where I'm like, okay, you guys have better weapons than these, but you don't use them basically just for like customary reasons or tradition or whatever. And it's like, yeah, but like if you're trying to win a war, you're gonna use whatever weapon's best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. For so far, it's fine. There's no issues with them yet, and it is a cool design how like the head like pops out, and that's when it's a plasma rifle basically, and then the head like closes, and it's like just a melee staff. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's a cool design.
It's kind of cool.
But, all right. Well, what would you give this one, boss man? 1 -5 through 5, right?
I think this one, I'm probably at a plus 1.5 or something.
Plus 1.5. Okay, nice. I don't know if it was the comedy or the writing. I'm trying to think of what I wanted. So you liked that? Is that your best rating you've given?
That's what I was trying to remember. I was like, wait, what? How far have I gone with ratings so far?
I was about to say, I'll look back. I think that's your highest.
Huh.
I'll double check. You might have given one of them.
I don't know. I don't know if it's my favorite episode so far, but
plus 1. Oh, whoops. Oh yeah, I did. Okay. You gave Minecraft like a plus 4.8, so there's that. Oh no, I'm sorry.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah. So let's see. Well, I'll just go all the way back to 1, and we'll go from there. You gave episode 6 a plus 2.
Okay.
You gave episode 3. Oh, I must have missed a couple. Oh wait, I think I started catching our ratings at 6. I need to go back and get the other ones because I had a different notes system. Anyways, so we'll just start at 6. You gave episode 7 a 1.5. You gave episode 8 a half, a plus half, and then you gave episode 9 a 1, and then you gave episode 10 a 1.
Okay.
So you're in that.
I mean,
you're in the
so maybe
better.
This is like a 1.25 or something, somewhere in there.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that's about right. Yeah, I guess I didn't bring my notes from the old notebook.
Because, I mean, yeah, it had some fun stuff, and it was a decent episode. It wasn't like, I don't think it's like amazing or anything yet. I think we still got some episodes coming up that are going to be way, way better. But it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
I'm giving this one a plus 2, I think. I'm going to go a little higher than you.
Okay.
Just because I'm better than you. No, I'm just kidding.
I was waiting for that's exactly what I was saying.
No, because I did, like, I don't know, it made me laugh genuinely, like, out loud. It wasn't just, like, little chuckles. It was fun, like, actually funny.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know, the humor worked for me. The characters were good. Like, the newer characters worked really well. I thought the Teal'c backstory was needed and intriguing and done really well and respectfully. It wasn't too over the top. There's the little gross gold stuff, but I don't know, it had a little bit of something for everybody. It did like a mostly smart team split up, because usually when shows or team, even in this show, occasionally they'll do split ups, and I'm like, why? What?
Yeah.
That doesn't. Why did if you were gonna split up, why would it be you two? And if you were, or whatever.
Sure.
And this one like made sense. Everything was set up pretty well. The responses to it felt natural and real. Like all the human characters were being pretty human, and like even Teal'c was being a little bit more he's becoming more like the rest of the gang, which is neat.
The general showed that he was caring about his team.
Yeah,
that's good.
The general, and he was still logical too. Like his initial reaction was not just like, yeah, you got, not that it ever has been, but like he reacted well and like a good commander. Like, no, you guys are crazy for wanting to do this. And then when he found out the whole story and pieced it all together, and thinking about who Teal'c is and everything,
probably still shouldn't have, but
yeah, not that it was the wisest military decision, but like it showed the reasoning for his shift in thought process. And I don't know, it was just set up pretty well, I thought. And mostly I would give it a higher rating personally for like rewatchability. Because we've talked about this in some of the previous episodes where it's like, like that one was fine. I could never watch it again. More of a filler episode, whatever. Those are the lower rating ones we have. And I don't know. I could rewatch that one and be entertained still. So that's pretty important to me, especially when it comes to TV shows. It's like you want to be able to go back like I'm doing and rewatch it and enjoy it for a second, third, or fourth time.
Sure.
So, yeah, I'm giving it just a little bit higher. Maybe like 1.8, but yeah. 1.8 through 2.
Right. So there are episodes that you're coming to and you're like, I can't believe I have to watch this again.
Not that I can think of. Well, I kind of warned you about the one coming up in a little bit. No spoilers, but like there's one coming up in a little bit that it's more absurd than the others.
It's dated.
Yeah, it's dated, and it's like, why they're doing it, and all TV shows did these episodes, but it's just not my favorite, we'll say. So there's a couple like that in all of the different. No, not all seasons. Well, maybe not every season. I don't know. The seasons are long. They're 20-something episodes, so I'm sure there's a few in each season that I'm like kind of at least indifferent on, and I know there's a couple that I did not like. Like there's some negative ratings to come for sure.
Okay.
But I mean that's all TV. I don't know if I've ever watched a TV show that was all Oh, that's not true. First, well, it was true until the second season came out, but the first season of Arcane, every episode of that got a plus rating from me.
Mm.
That's a really good show if
Yeah.
you don't count the second season. The second season is terrible and no one should ever watch it, but the first season's really good.
I think like some of the seasons of like Breaking Bad or like Fargo
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Legion or something. Were
Those are
all-
very high-end TV shows.
Those
though.
for sure are all like very, most of those are
Ooh,
pluses.
Legion's a good pool, dude. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
But I mean, even like shows that, I don't know, I say we pretty generally, but like Lost, or I'm thinking of a little bit, older show, like
Yeah, those
2010s,
had
early
heights and
2000s.
lows.
They had real, like, higher highs and lower lows
Yeah.
versus something like you said, like a Breaking Bad, where it's like, that's an all-timer show, or, one of the
Very consistent.
yeah, one of the
Quality.
high-end quality shows versus, like, not that Lost is low quality, but they had some more filler episodes or whatever. Or, like,
Yeah.
Buffy is a good go-to, I would say, because, like,
Yeah.
overall Buffy is highly regarded. But even fans of Buffy are like, there's some episodes
Yeah.
that you can watch them, but,
Yeah.
I mean, Avatar: The Last Airbender. I love that show a lot. There's a couple episodes that just aren't as good as the others. You know what I mean? Like, the Boomy episodes is great. Like, the first, I've been listening to too much Warhammer. I almost called them the Earthcast. But anyways, when they, certain character introduction episodes are more on the higher end in that show versus, like, not necessarily filler episodes, but they're just kind of in between episodes or whatever you would call it.
Yeah.
And they're just not as high, So
Traveling or whatever.
yeah, so I would just describe it as that. There's a couple episodes in each season where it's just, it's there, it's fine, maybe it's not even a negative rating, but I'll just give it like a zeros across the board. It is an episode, but this one I would
Was
rewatch.
an episode. Yeah.
Yeah, this one wasn't an episode, and I would rewatch it.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That was Bloodlines.
Yeah, it's
And
fun.
Hopefully if you're able to follow along, you're enjoying, or if not, let us know in the comments whether you are or not.
Yeah,
And we're excited to keep going. We're over halfway, I guess, now.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
and,
at
like however many.
next-
You said it's 20.
I think it's the first one's 23.
23. So
we're
we're
the
almost halfway,
mark.
yeah, basically. And it's exciting, making progress
Yeah, record time too.
so
Knocking them
fast. Andrew was talking about it. We're gonna have to start doing them daily watches.
Yeah.
Of these.
There's 21 episodes in the first season.
Okay, yeah, so we're over. Yeah, we're getting there. It's okay. Taking our time. Yeah, like another show like this is like the early Doctor Who, like, original series.
Yeah.
It's like they're also, slower episodes of that too,
For sure.
And like there's some that are really great, and then some that are slower.
Yeah, there's
For sure.
there's
It's like any type of show like this is
there's
gonna
the-
have
there's like
run for forever.
specifically in Doctor Who, you would have like the Christopher Eccleston seasons, real high highs, and then you'd have like the David Tennant seasons, real low lows.
I was talking about like the original.
No, I know what you were talking
series.
about, but you brought it up, so I figured we'd talk about the high highs and the low lows. Where it's you had season 1, great. Seasons 2 through 4, probably skippable for most people, I would say. Right? Like, just go straight to Matt Smith. You'll be okay. You're not really missing out on a whole lot. I think that's probably the consensus with most Doctor Who fans, right?
I guess so. That's what we're getting from the feedback from the booth.
I'm gonna get stabbed just with a pen by a fan someday.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say something that's a little too far.
I'm just saying, if I were a violent person,
It already would have happened.
If I believed in violence, you might be in danger. But
No, so far I haven't even actually. I still haven't made it to Matt Smith era yet. I'm still in David Tennant. So far, I'm liking it. It's pretty good. I think I am. Oh man, it's slow goings on the Doctor Who front. But I think I'm almost at the end of season 4.
Oh, okay.
I can tell you right now, actually.
Yeah.
I know the exact episode I'm on. Not that this is a Doctor Who episode. We will get to those.
Is that what we're doing after
It
Stargate?
will happen. No.
Why are you so against it?
This. I'm not. It's just it's 7,000 seasons, dude.
That's why I thought it would be funny.
We would legitimately have to watch an episode every day.
After 8,000 seasons of Stargate, we're gonna start another one like the same amount of season.
I mean, we could, but we would. This would have to be a multi-episode a week. No, we'd have to speed it up, so I would lose mine. I am on episode 12 of season 4 in Doctor Who.
Okay. Wow. Through most of the way.
Yeah, I'm making it.
That way too.
I'm making it. That's
you've met River Song, right?
Yeah, I just did.
Oh.
I just like 2 episodes ago. Just met her.
Wait, okay. Did you see the girl behind the fireplace?
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Okay. Dude, that one is such a cool. I think
that's season 3.
Probably.
It's a great episode.
I really like that one.
Let's see.
I had a shirt from like Once Upon a Tea or something for forever that had that on it. You probably seen that shirt and had no idea what that was.
Yeah, I would have known.
Yeah.
So this one, the ones that I just got done watching was like the Doctor's Daughter, the one where they clone him. That was a pretty good episode. And then the River Song two-parter with the Silence in the library episode.
Sounds hilarious. So good.
So the Forest of the Dead.
Ooh.
And then I really liked the Midnight. It's the one with the kid who plays Merlin. He's in it for like one episode.
Oh yeah.
It's just it's basically like a bottle episode. If you kind of like, they're in more than one place, but barely, because they're basically stuck. It's just him stuck in the train the whole time, and so it's just him with the people, and it's got like whatever the creature is that makes people just go like crazy, and so they try to kill him, and then the one lady sacrifices herself, and it was like it's one of the only times we've seen the Doctor be actually pretty helpless. Like he could not have got himself out of that situation, which is pretty wild.
Right.
Like, oh my gosh, that's
they write him in more and more of those.
Yeah, most of the time he can get himself out of stuff. So far in 4 seasons. So far, he's been able almost. People have still helped him and saved him, but most of the time, he's thought his way out of it.
They start doing some of that at some point where they're like, he's like, oh, I don't know, and then at the last moment, it's like Sherlock Holmes, where he's like, actually, I've known this whole time that if I did this, and this, and this, and this, and this is actually, I was just waiting, and you're like, oh, come on.
But Sherlock did it a bunch. But I guess this was first. But the one I just watched was it's called Turn Left. And it has what's her face come back, Billy Piper come back for a second, and she like how does that one they're like on a planet and somebody puts a beetle on what's her face's back. Why can't I remember anybody's name right now? The redhead chick that's the companion this season.
Donna.
Oh my gosh, I don't know why I forgot Donna's name. Anyways, Donna gets like the beetle put on her back, and then like everything gets warpy and weird, and they try to like go in her head to create a parallel timeline where she turns left instead of right, or right instead of left, and she never meets the Doctor, and then like the Doctor dies because of it. I don't know. And then Billy Piper pops up, and then it was like, okay, we're on to the next. It was kind of weird. Anyways, it's not a 2-parter, but it does like lead into the end, because the last 2 episodes are the last 2 episodes of the season.
Yeah.
So it's like, it was kind of weird. I am getting a little bit like, do we have to end every season on the Daleks? Like,
yes.
I get it, but how many times does he beat them before they're not threatening anymore? You know what I mean?
They'll always be there. They're always coming back.
No, I know they always come back, but do we have to end the season with them always? Like, is that an unwritten rule?
No, but.
Oh wait, this is the last Tennant season? I didn't even realize that. Well, not the last, but like the last in this time period or whatever. Because season 5 is Matt Smith.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. So I only have 2 episodes left with David Tennant? Oh man, now I'm bummed.
Yeah, I didn't.
What a bummer.
Yeah. That's okay. You're about to get Matt Smith.
Yeah, no, Matt Smith is good. I just, man.
It's fun. And you get some new companions that are pretty fun.
So wait a second. 2008? Wait, was there a year that the show wasn't on air? Because this says
I don't know.
Matt Smith came out in 2010, and David Tennant ended in 2008.
Maybe.
So maybe it was off air for a while.
Well,
crazy.
Okay. So, are you watching? Do they put the specials?
Yes.
The holiday specials as episodes.
I am going and finding those.
So a lot of times, yeah, the season will end at a certain point, and then it's like a few months, and then they do a
Christmas
like
special.
a holiday special, and like maybe a Christmas special. Usually every time in between as like the tide over till like, and then it's a few more months, and then it's like it could be that is what's happening.
Well, no, I'm looking. The last unless I'm totally mistaken, but the last episode says it was released on what is that, July 5th, 2008. And then
July. Oh, that's weird.
I think it's July. Is that July?
I
don't know. Maybe I'm reading the date wrong. It might be an
old
British date.
British dates, yeah, they put the
so it's July.
Backwards.
It's July 5th. Weird. And then the first Matt Smith, not Christmas special, but the first Matt Smith was March 2010.
Wow.
Yeah, so like a year and a half. But there's a Christmas special, obviously. But that's just an episode.
Okay.
So, or I guess there would have been 2 Christmas specials. I'll have to look into that. So
Yeah,
they don't have the Christmas specials as with the numbered episodes. They just have them in their own like season drop down for some reason. And so, yeah. So, but I looked up like, hey, the official list, because it's online everywhere. So I looked up like, hey, how do you watch? What's the correct order for Doctor Who? And that's what I'm going off of that, not off of the app. Because like I said, the app has it's just like, you can drop down to season 1, season 2, season 3, and then it has like the specials as its own season.
What are you watching on Amazon? Or?
But yes.
Okay. Cool.
That is what we will call the app that I'm watching it on.
Why is it ordering like that? But okay.
Yeah. I was watching it on Max.
And then, that's right. It was on Max.
Yeah, and then now it's not, I guess, because I can't find it. So that's one of the reasons it's been slow going, because every time I think I was watching it on Peacock originally, and it only had a couple seasons, or it left the streaming service while I was watching it. I can't remember. It's changed streaming services like once or twice. Yeah. So I could just get it on Amazon, but then I'd have to purchase each episode. Oh, and I was I don't want to do that.
Nah.
And so I'm just kind of stream hopping from one like HBO to Peacock to wherever it is for whatever season I'm on. So it changes. But currently that's the drop down, the one that I'm using, the drop down bar is set like that.
Okay.
So let's see. I'm going to see actually if Amazon has Doctor Who season 5.
I know they used to. I don't remember. I forgot that it was HBO. I think HBO has had it more. I
think it's back on HBO now.
Yeah, because I think I was watching some of the new 15th Doctor.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Or 14th or whatever. No, 15th, yeah. Yeah, because Tennant is the 14th Doctor.
Yeah, because they go back.
Because they do a little like run of specials. It's like 4 specials in a row. With a sub-story. And Donna's back.
Yeah.
But.
Anyways. Yeah, no, not on. Yeah, it's still HBO. So now I can go back and watch all of it if it stays. Which it should now, because I think they like bought it or whatever, right? They don't, because sometimes they like lease it, and sometimes they buy, because I think or maybe not bought it, but they have a deal with BBC or whatever it is to like they hold the rights.
Yeah.
And so it's not just like a temporary, because like Peacock or Netflix or whichever, sometimes they get like leases for shows and movies for like, we have it for this many months in this country or whatever. That's why people use those codes on Netflix to like find it in other countries or whatever.
Exactly.
Which is just so weird to me. It's like, wait, why are you paying? I don't know. I don't understand how it works. Doesn't matter.
I don't know.
As long as I can find the show and watch it, that's all I care about. But this also, HBO makes it easier because they do have them all in order. So I don't have to go and find my list anymore. So that's nice.
That's nice.
But the last... Yeah, I guess I realized that I was on the last 2 Doctor Who episodes because the last episode I watched was the last day of July. So I need to jump back in. It's been a month since I watched Doctor Who.
Oh, wow.
But in that time, I finished Mobland and a couple others that I was trying to catch up on. So, it's a trade-off. I'll take it. As long as what I watch it with is good and not smoke. or something else, which was terrible. No one should watch that. I'll say that again.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about Mobland next time.
Oh yeah, Mobland's good. Mobland is very good. But I'm kind of bummed because I don't think they're coming out with another season for like a while. Because I looked into it a little bit and I could be wrong, but from what I understand, they still aren't shooting the next season like now, and it's been almost 8 or 9 months since that show finally or the finale released. So, anyways, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Like, I feel like they used to shoot shows way sooner. What happened to that?
There've been a bunch of strikes and strange things going on in the industry. So
speaking of stranger things,
is that about to come out?
Yeah, bunch of 20-year-old teenagers running around, 25.
Yeah.
That was that's actually why I wanted to bring that up.
Is that the final?
It's the actual final season.
Wow.
But yeah, that's one of the reasons I want to bring that up is because I like Stranger Things. It's fine. Some of the seasons definitely don't hold up as well as yet. Like the first season's really good, and then I think it was the fourth. Yeah, the fourth, the most recent season's really. I liked it a lot. But I can't help but feeling like that show would have been so much better if it had released like back to back to back like a normal show back in the day. You know, like year after year, because the kids would have stayed kids more so than. I mean, it's been 8 or 9 years since the first season, and they're about to release season 5.
Yeah, what was it, 2014,
yeah,
2013 or something?
Yeah, so it's been over 10 years since the first season.
That's wild.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if it had come out back to back to back, it's like it might have helped the story a little. I don't know, maybe not, but
I mean, they kind of did it as close as they could up until the last 3 or 4 years, where now they're like such big stars. They're getting other projects and stuff finally, so. Now they're having to actually work around their schedule.
But think about if it did. I think you're right. I think it started in 2013. But if it did start in 2013 or even 2014, and they were only doing 5 seasons, that means it would have been fully released before before that last biggest writer strike. Because the writer strike wasn't until 21. The big one that caused a bunch of the halts or whatever.
I think so. Yeah.
So yeah, they would have finished 2 years before that. So I mean, at least stuff like that would have been. Let's see. Stranger Things Season 1. Season 1. Release date. Goodness. Yeah, 2016. Okay, so a little bit later than we thought.
Oh.
But still, so it would have ended in 21.
Yeah.
Which means it would have been shot before the strike and all that.
Right.
So, and the kids would have been kids still. Like, in let's just see, Millie Bobby Brown is how old? She's 21. And it's 2025, so 4 years ago, so she still would have been 17.
And
a 17-year-old still, you can play a kid. Not that they can't play kids now, but it's some of them definitely hit growth spurts, and you're like, you are not a teenager anymore, my dude.
Yeah.
Like Will, I can't remember his actor name, but he grew up.
Yeah.
If you look at season 1 versus season 5, like the trailer,
Finn is really tall.
Finn's huge, yeah. Most of them did. It's just funny if you look at the poster for season 1, and then I looked at the trailer screenshot for season 5 that's about to release, and I was like, oh, those are different people. Like this, you could have recast, and it would have looked more similar.
Yeah.
No, not really, but yeah, I don't know. That is a weird thing that's going on.
To do it. I mean,
yeah, like
it's pretty normal.
I'm very excited for Mobland because the first season was so good, but also like that show has some old actors. Like you better film that.
True.
Not that they're gonna like pass away any minute, but like Helen Mirren's not young.
Yeah.
Neither is Pierce Brosnan. Like you gotta film that before they just decide like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not acting anymore.
I mean, they could figure out a way to explain it away if they had to, but
yeah, but you would hate that. As opposed to just like, hey, release it, film it in back-to-back years. Like, let's get this done because those characters are really good. It's well acted, well portrayed. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I worry about that type of stuff with things that I like, especially when it only has like 1 or 2 seasons out, and I'm like, like the longer they wait to record, the higher chance of cancellation, or just not even canceled, but like the Taboo thing. I don't think that got canceled. The show Taboo. I think it was kind of in that limbo where it was like they shot the first season, they wanted to shoot season 2, but then like Tom Hardy had Venom 2 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like stuff happened. It's like, man, I wish people would just like Like, imagine we were talking about Lost a little bit earlier. I mentioned Lost earlier. It's like, imagine if Lost came out over the span of 10 years. It wouldn't have had the legs. People were into that because of like the suspension. You know what I mean? Like the what's it called? Like when you're the build up, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like you can't hold on to 6 seasons worth of build up over 10 years. That's just not, not, unless you split it up really evenly.
Tough, yeah.
If you have like back-to-back years and then a 3-year break and then another, because what was it? Lost in Space, I feel like did that. Do you remember? Do you ever watch Lost in Space on Netflix? I'm pretty sure the first season came out and then directly after the second season came out, like back to back. And then they got a season 3, but it was like 2 or 3 years later. And Will, the younger brother in the show, was like an 11-year-old when the first season came out. So by the time the third season came out, he was like 15. And it was like, whoa, like that's a big difference. You know what I mean?
We were worried about that for the Disney Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah.
They're like, those kids are they're gonna grow up quick.
Yeah.
As like they got them young enough at the right time, probably, like several of them. But yeah, you have to film those pretty quick because there's a lot of books to go. Even though they're not in all of them, it's like you got to film scenes for even The Horse and His Boy.
Yeah.
Alongside coinciding with that first film, basically, because that's when the time happens, and then you almost have to film some of the last battle scenes in the real world, like afterwards.
Yeah.
And coinciding with that first one, like it's all very strange. So
yeah, there's a right way to do it, and there's a way that's more risky, I guess is the way to put it.
I think you kind of have to, you almost have to do recasts for older, each age, like 3 age levels or something, because otherwise, it's just very tough to pull that off with one set of actors. But no, they're sticking with them for Stranger Things. So.
Yeah, just so I get this correct, for Lost in Space, not that it's like the biggest deal, but I want to be accurate. Season 1 came out in April of 2018, and then season 2 was December of 2019, so a little bit of a gap there.
Okay.
And then season 3, I clicked it wrong. Oh my gosh. Season 3 was December of 2021.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a little more than a year, and then 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And, when you got an 11-year, so what is that, 11, 12, 13, 14? Yeah, 11 to 14 or whatever. Right? Is that right? 19 to 20 to 21.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, somewhere in there. That's a big deal when you got younger actors. But, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, younger or older actor. I mean, it can affect even if you got like middle-aged actors. But it's just stressful.
Like their older brothers and sisters are all going to look the exact same in Stranger Things, but the kids are all like changing so much. So it's like you're going to be able to see that. But
I have opinions on season 4 of Stranger Things that we don't have to get into right now. I did like the show, but there's a couple things in it that I'm like, it seems like you made some sacrifices for specifically to have a season 5 where, like, I don't know. We'll talk about it one day. Maybe when season 5 comes out, we'll do a little recap.
I like the Russian hacker.
Yeah.
I think that's on that season.
I think that was season 4, yeah, maybe. That's the other thing is they do kind of mold together. At least seasons 2 and 3 did. I couldn't remember which season was the mall season and which season was the...
That's 3.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some lulls in there for sure. Season 1 was a great kickoff for a show, though. That had me hooked.
Yeah.
But,
it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a little Stranger Things season 5 recap.
Okay.
We don't have to do the whole... I'm not rewatching that entire show. I'm sorry.
No.
But, maybe we'll just do a little recap episode for ourselves and then kick off Stranger Things, because I do want to finish it.
Yeah, we could do a TV show episode where we talk about different TV shows that we like and bring up stuff about them.
We'll figure it out.
Thanks for listening. I think we've achieved another podcast. It's in the tank.
See, again, I feel like when you say thanks for listening, I feel like you're really just saying that into the mic. I don't feel like you're thinking. I listened
I am saying
to
it into the mic. Were you listening? I know one time you definitely wasn't.
I definitely
listening.
zoned for that one scene. That is on me.
But yeah. We appreciate anybody that listens to this. I know Andrew's gonna have to listen to it anyway if he edits this.
Yes.
Whoever's editing it will be listening to this again.
I get to listen to me not listening for a few minutes there in the middle.
So that's guaranteed. But you guys aren't guaranteed, so we appreciate you taking the time.
Unless you listen to this incorrectly, we don't appreciate you. Listen to it correctly.
Don't start from here.
Yeah. And listen in reverse.
People that listen to the end first to get it spoiled, like they don't want it to be surprised by the ending. You know,
you're wrong, people. You're wrong.
Yeah, objectively, there's nothing here. There's nothing here for you. Go home.
Go. You're still here. Lane's never seen that.
Really?
Yeah.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my god, I hate that that's true. Oh, I hate it so much. I mean, I love Deadpool, but that. Yeah.
No.
That could be a genuine mistake that someone makes.
Yeah.
That does hurt me a little bit.
Like, oh yeah, that's from Deadpool.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's not. It's I mean, it is, but it's not. Thank you for making me feel old. All right, you guys, get out of here. We're done not listening to you. You listening to us.
Yeah. Leave a rating, comment, a share. Don't leave a share. Take a share. Throw a share.
Give a share.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, that's the terminology. We found it.
And
we're so good at this.
We appreciate it. We do appreciate it. Yeah, it's always good to not see you guys, and not that we don't want to see you, but we appreciate you being there, even though we're not seeing you.
Ben, they're giving us the blinking light. We gotta
give it back.
Give it back. Take your blinking light away. Steve, tell him we need a few more minutes. This outro is long, okay? You give us a lot of notes, and we have to read all of them and talk at the same time. I'm just so glad that guy does not have a microphone. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't want to hear that either.
I'm just glad the glass paneling between us and him is soundproof, because he hasn't realized it. I can see him speaking to us. And I don't really know why he's there, because he can't hear us and we can't hear him. So I don't know what he does.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's talking about something in there. He just he just writes on a whiteboard and holds signs up for us and then erases it and writes fast. That's all he does. Thank you, Steve. He can't hear us. All right. Like, comment, subscribe, share.
Yeah, definitely subscribe. Check out the Instagram.
Dislike. Actually, don't do that one.
Follow us. Tumble us. I don't know. What are all the things?
Yeah. How do you say? That's one that we need to talk about this in another episode also, or right now. It doesn't matter. We can talk about it off air. It's not Twitter anymore, so we don't tweet. It's called X.
Again, so we're not live. We're not on air.
Do we post? What do you do on X? Tweet was so clean.
You execute.
I don't think you're allowed to say that. I don't think that's
like correct. A commuter command.
No, I know what you mean. I don't think that's what it's called.
No, you tweet. It's not. Nobody calls it X. It's Twitter.
Yeah, but I mostly meant the thought process behind
the social
it.
Formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah, but everybody still says post or tweet, but it's just tweet works. Why would you? I don't know.
It's weird.
What was the thought process behind X? How would you even? What is the action? What's the verb for X?
I don't know. Xing.
Xing, but that doesn't work. No one's gonna say that. It's harder to say. I don't know. Anyways.
Exhume.
All right, bye guys.
X marks the spot. I don't know.
That's it. That's where we go. Yep.
Yeah.
See ya. Bye bye. Bye boy.